And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
And now, give it up for Jillian and Nick.
Now you scared me.
And as usual, Nick is wrong.
Why are you the way that you are? God, I can't stand you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Whoa, that was cool.
And here we are, Jets Chaos. And Nick, the proud New York Jets fan, live in front of the world. Here we are. We didn't forget about you. We just forgot the time the show starts. That's all.
Don't you fucking say we. You. All right, we're a team. We forgot.
Yes, anything that happens, it's we.
We're a team. Offense does bad. Defense does.
If
All
one
right,
of
you're
us
right.
was to be unprofessional and eat fresh mozzarella balls and crackers on the show during a live show, it's not look what Chaos did. It's look what they did. Look what those guys do. They eat mozzarella cheese and crackers during shows.
And when I give my awesome insight and takes, you get credit for the take too.
That's right. That's right.
I like the way that you just, that was a genuine deep down belly laugh. How's everyone doing tonight? How are we, Jets fans? What's cracking? Sean McAteer is here from one of the three Temecula's McAteer brothers. I only know one, not the other two.
I never met
them. I never met the other two. I remember what he said. I just got in the Uber. Yes, we do. This is what we do. We do belly bumps. We go viral. Just want you to know I haven't washed my belly since our bellies touched. I never plan on doing it again.
I will not be satisfied until that gets onto one Jets drive.
I duct tape saran wrap to myself to make sure my belly doesn't get washed when I go in the shower.
So my DNA stays on you?
Oh, not the first time. That's how we met. You grabbed some Sunny D that day too, baby. Yeah, you grabbed the shiny D.
God.
How we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, you know.
That's good.
We haven't talked much about the undrafted free agents. Pretty, you know, I think we got a couple of potential guys there. We haven't talked much about the quarterback. Like last time, we didn't even get up to it on Sunday. We didn't talk that much about Jordan Travis and what we think, and Travis Jordan, you know. I mean, those two guys are going to be really good. I mean, do we go with Jordan Travis or do we go with Travis Jordan? That's going to be the decision we have to make.
I think it's Jordan Travis. I think his family decided. I mean, I like that you're already trying to rename him. I can never tell if it's you renaming someone or if you just don't remember the names, which I'm going to go with the latter because it's kind of your shtick. It's your MO.
Yeah. It is kind of my MO.
I never know when it's genuine or if it's incidental.
I don't even know.
I let them ride. I don't even correct them anymore.
I don't even know if it's my subconscious. It's always been a name thing for me. That's why this new cancel world we live in is so dangerous. Because I can't even get shit like that right in a normal world. Now I have to be in a world where there's like 25 choices.
Give me 1 second.
Where'd he go? What'd he do? I'm alone here. I was about to eat a fresh mozzarella cheese ball. You can go to Costco and they sell like a bag, like a sack of fresh little individual packets, 3 in a packet of little fresh mozzarella balls. And you put them on a cracker and it tastes delicious. Delicious. It really does. I love that you're always here, Sean McAteer. We're going to get going in a second. But seriously, what do we think about this new developmental quarterback? A development project, a project. I think it's interesting. I heard one person say it, one expert, an analyst, and I think they're right. Forget everybody's so focused on sitting 2 years behind Rodgers. What about Tyrod Taylor? Tyrod Taylor has a lot to offer this kid too. There's some similarities in their game. Tyrod Taylor's going to teach him how to be a backup. He's going to be with them on the sideline. I'm sure there's going to be lots of conversations, lots of opportunity for Travis to ask him questions. So I think that Tyrod Taylor is also going to be a really good thing for this kid. Like this kid's
He's going to be the main mentor, right? Like he's the main guy. When Rodgers is running the reps, Taylor is going to be the one with him.
You know who I knew would be bothered by my confusion? The huge Florida State fan, Ricky from New York. You know that's got to irritate him when I get those names wrong. You know it's got to irritate him. Like there's no way he likes to hear me misspeak their names.
I will tell the thing I love about our fan base is when the chat comes on, you never know what comment you're going to see, how the show is going to go, who's going to do what, say what. The fact that we have a Josh Evans reference, I did not have that on tonight's Pride and Chaos bingo card. If you would have gave me 1,000 Jets to reference tonight, I don't think I ever would have mentioned Josh Evans, but that's a good one. I think a D lineman we got from Tennessee, or played majority of his career in Tennessee, number 91, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Davis Corey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anunwa Quinte.
Yeah. But the Florida State Grinders are a good college program. So he comes from a good program. They've done well. They used to be really good. They used to be like a top 10 team year after year. They used to have a great program. Then they lost that Bowden guy. They lost the coach, and they've been very average and subpar ever since. Not really a top school, but they still produce some good players.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
did you hear? I know that we only pretend to be friends for 2 hours a week when we're on air here, but did you catch any of my show yesterday aside from the O-Face clip I sent you? Did you hear about Knob getting stuck in the bathroom?
No.
He texted me. I told it yesterday, so I'm going to tell it again now. Hold on. He texted me on Instagram yesterday morning. And the conversation goes like this. I'm currently locked in a bathroom stall waiting for someone to come take the door off so I can escape. I reply, I'm sorry, what? He's like, I came to the restroom, closed the door. The knob of the door fell off. I am locked in. I reply, that's not a crafty knob. He replies, irony. I'm like, I have so many jokes. I can't type quickly enough. He goes, meanwhile, I have guys trying to get me free. It's ridiculous. I go, leave a log in the bowl and say the handle broke too. And then I say, strip down naked and say you got panicky and overheated. And that way, when they open the door, he's standing there naked. Like, he's like, they're auto flushers. So this thing has flushed 46 times in 15 minutes. It's like, he goes, it's like listening to a Biden speech. And I said, no way he sounds that interesting. But glad to hear he survived. He got out.
I don't understand. I mean, was it in a public place? Was it in the hotel?
Everybody.
I really want some details. Was it during the draft? Was it like, when was he texting you this?
While he was in the bathroom, I believe.
That is just unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
Awesome. Fantastic.
I don't know. Usually those stalls, they're pretty high off the ground. You can, like, why didn't he get down on the ground and just crawl out?
No, I don't think he was trapped in the stall. The bathroom door knob fell off.
Oh my God.
I don't think the knob to unless the stall was one of those. Don't
He was
forget,
at
he
work.
works in a nice place.
He was at work though.
He
So
might have like the wooden, like a casino type of like nice bathroom with the stall, wooden stall from ground to floor.
Right. No, but either way, I mean, he was at work, so at least there's a potential lawsuit there if he was traumatized.
Calm down, Jerusalem, with the lawsuit right away. It's a little faulty doorknob, and you're like, take the system down. You would have loved being in Carteret, New Jersey yesterday, right down the road from me. A bus, New Jersey Transit bus with 16 passengers on it, went off the road to avoid something and down into a ditch, and 16 people on it. Like, there would have been 17 if you were still in Staten Island. You would have swam across the river real quick and hopped in the bus to say, I was here too. I even brought my lawyer with me.
I would have been like, "Oy vey, my back." Yeah, I would have came up literally with a lawyer with me.
Yes. And plot twist, an Indian lawyer. Throw everybody off.
You never know.
Whoever gets you paid. That reminds me, thank you. I have to do my paperwork for my knee, workman's comp knee, and submit that. Get that process going. I'll hopefully get that in 6 months, and that'll be some nice playoff tickets. I'll get us in the suite.
What do you get money for?
I ruptured my knee and my ACL at work. So I was on workman's comp all that time. The toe happened from the knee injury from work.
So that you're trying to get more money to cover the toe?
No, nothing to do with toe. Whenever you're injured at work and you have a work injury, especially a surgery, you're entitled to compensation for part of your body. A percentage of your body got lost doing a job.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So got nothing to do with the toe. This is the ACL replacement surgery for the knee.
Wow. Dude.
Look at you. So I will get us in a suite for the playoffs.
You're looking
next
to spend
to Taylor Swift, and we will just sit there shirtless and belly bump the entire time next to Taylor Swift.
I want to do that thing that she does with her. Where would they pretend they're rowing a boat or something when they showed them? They showed him in that suite doing some weird looking thing.
Oh, that's her stirring up another batch of misery for the youth of America. That's what that is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what it was.
I'm a girl dad. I got to know these things. Everything I'm saying is 100% factual.
I freaking love Roger. What's going on, Roger? Hope you're well, brother.
Roger's daughter kicked ass and finished first out of 816 contestants in the balance beam for the state of New York.
Damn.
I think my numbers are right, Roger. First out of 8. I'm very good with numbers. 861 or 816. She finished number 1 overall. So,
that's about dad for good reason. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible, man. That event of all the events, man, you got to be the mentally the strongest for that event of anything. That balance beam, man, I can't even watch it in the Olympics. I'm so nervous. Can you imagine? I can't imagine how he even watches. So nervous. I mean,
she fell. She must sue. Jocelyn, hurry! Let's call 1-800-LAWYER.
If you slip or get anything, any little bit of off balance, your whole freaking event is over. You know what I mean? It's awful.
1,040 contestants.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Then you lied to me the other day, Roger. I'm teasing. Good for her, man. Congratulations.
Roger, hopefully you're home and doing better, healthy. Let us know.
Yeah.
But hopefully you're at home right now.
I'm going to yell at you. Your fucking sugar better be low. You were like 240 the other night or 260. Get that shit down.
We're like this intimate 150 person community. You know, we know each other's business. Like, I hope you're feeling well. Knob, did you get out of the bathroom? Good, that's great. Infrared, how you doing? Did you make the pizza mobile? Did you make a transportable pizza? Did you roll it up and say, just in case a crackhead attacks me, I got mobile pizza? I could jump around and roll around with my pizza. You know,
Early contestant for comment of the night. I picture Jeremy walking around the house with the lady on curb singing the JG Wentworth jingle. Call JG Wentworth. 877 cash now.
No.
If you put 877 cash now into your phone,
If you get a cash settlement and need cash now.
what do you have your phone on silent? I thought it just 877 cash now went to you.
877 cash now when you need cash now.
We're getting shut down for not all the YouTube videos that we've played, not our entrances, our intros, doing dead spot on impersonations of the JG Wentworth commercial.
Billy SBC is still talking about the chosen one left over from the Tigo and Green Bean show. Re-signed Chad Hansen.
Whose idea was that? Green Beans or Tigo's?
No, Tigo was against it. He was like, and Green Bean agreed.
Green Bean wants it?
No, he said it would be going backwards. It would be
the ball would be going to the other team. That little spaghetti arm bitch couldn't hold on to the ball. He cost us the Miami game because he caught the ball over the middle and they stripped it right out of his little fucking weakling arms. I can't get on board with that. We're building a powered offense. We're not building a finesse little spaghetti guy.
I did mess it up.
I don't want either, Becca. I don't want Beckham.
When I first sang that song, I did mess it up.
I don't want either.
I think I said it A.G. Edwards. At A.G. Edwards, when you need cash now.
I'm past the point of correcting you, bro. I am past the point of correcting you.
Yeah. But
hey, Grandizer, where have you been, my man?
I know, right? Grandizer just came back out of
it's a post-draft reunion show. You and I are back together for the first time in a couple weeks on a Wednesday with all your traveling. Grandizer's back in the chat posting links.
I think Grandizer. I think he disappeared for a while after my famous Miami Dolphin fan rant.
Oh, don't bring it up if you don't know of it.
No. I think I had to tell him, like, hey, that wasn't about you. Somebody else said something to piss me off. Like, I had to explain it to him. It wasn't you. You're a great Miami fan.
Good. And he supports the channel, man. He's awesome. Welcome back, Grandizer. I don't want either one. I want neither. And breaking news, the Yankees, who were shut out 5 times in the month of April. 5 times in a month. Wow. Just shut out the Orioles finally. So the other team's getting shut out besides the Yankees. My afternoon stream today turned into a New York Knicks hating stream. It was fun. The Knicks, there's no way the Knicks blow this series. They're too good. They're too talented. Their fans are so modest and humble.
Saying that to jinx them.
No way that they blow this series. They are so well put together. The fans are level-headed, logical, rational human beings. There's no way in the world, 0, that the Knicks blow this series. I have never been more confident in a team in my life than I am the New York Knickerbockers. I felt dirty just saying that. Ugh. All right, now I'm gonna wash. Your belly food crumbs off today. Dano. Oh, while we got Dane here, let's do a little announcement.
Okay.
Jeremy, I'm gonna send this. Oh no, can I? I have the wrench, so I can post in your.
You can post links.
I love that you have the green. God damn you, commercials!
When you get a cash settlement and you need cash now to get Dano to a Jet game.
Yes.
Bobby Woodruff. What's going on, Bobby? Hey, Bobby. Remember that movie?
Face. Bobby with his old face last night.
Bob De Niro. You don't remember the movie Wesley Snipes and Bob De Niro when he's like the obsessed
Heat?
He's the obsessed fan of the Giants and of this player, and the player's name is like Bobby something. And what?
Heat?
No, it's not Heat. It was a baseball movie. Like he's a baseball fan, Robert De Niro. Like, but it becomes like a dark drama because he's like it's obsessed with him. But every time he sees him like in a crowd, he's trying to get his attention, and he's like Bob,
fan.
Bob, and then he goes Bobby, Bobby, like the Italian kind of mafia guy comes out. Bobby. And me and my wife always say that now. Look, every time we hear somebody named Bobby or Bob, we're like, Bobby.
Oh, the fan, it's called. The fan.
Oh, look. That's right. It's called the fan. Cuckoo knows. Cuckoo. He goes cuckoo for Cocoa Cups.
So, if I could real quick,
Yes.
For those of you in the chat, 2 years ago, there was the Wayward Jet Fan Fund that got Iowan Jet Fan out from Iowa to his first New York Jets home game. It was the opener against the Baltimore Ravens. We went to Coney Island with Green Bean on Saturday. He was with myself, Adam, Mark Riss. We were all hanging out. We watched college football Saturday. We went up to the game together on Sunday. It was a great time. I was happy that he could be a part of that. Last year, there was a GoFundMe that helped me when my life was in a really, really awful, awful place. And I always promised everybody that when life got better, I would then do something to help. I would pay it forward, right? I would help somebody else. So this link that I'm putting in the chat right now is a link to the GoFundMe for Dane O, who's never been to a home game. He's out in Western Sleep With Your Sibling, Pennsylvania, I believe is the actual town that he's in. But he's never been to a Jets home game. So we would like to do that this year for Dane.
Guys, you have to understand what a tough life Dana has had, okay? Okay. A night out, a Friday night out with his friends, what they would have to do while we were doing all kinds of cool things on Saturday, movies, going to the diner, going bowling, whatever it was. Dana would go out with his friends and go cow tipping. So they have to sneak up on a cow and tip it over. And sometimes they'd have fun and they would stick their thumbs at the cows and let the cows suck their thumbs. I mean, these were the kind of things. Sometimes they would go to Mars, Pennsylvania, which is near Pittsburgh also. And they
sometimes him and his buddies would use the cow as Chinese finger cuffs, but their hands would be above their head and somehow they would be connected with the cow. And then sometimes some of his buddies ended up marrying those cows. But we tell you this story for one purpose only. His life has sucked. He's had to deal with Steelers fans. So we would like to announce tonight, I know I've mentioned it on my show, but this is a much bigger program. We are going to be posting this, sharing it on social medias. We would love to get Dane, and if we can raise more money, terrific. We would love to get Dane out here, get him transportation out here, get him a hotel, get him the ticket for the day, have him have some money in his pocket for game day. And if we raise enough, then we'll do it for somebody else. But there's already a couple contributions into the fund, and do what you can. You know, throw $5, throw $10, whenever. You know, if one contribution a month over the next 2-3 months, you know, throwing $5-10, everyone does that. We get this covered. We get them out there. I threw $10 in myself today. I regretted it immediately because I do not support Dane and want to pay for my own misery and seeing him when he comes to New Jersey. But we got to make sacrifices in life for other people's happiness.
Do you know what?
Oh, we're not paying for a U-Haul, bro. He goes, I may stay there forever. we're not paying for a U-Haul. Yeah, there will be no profit from this. All money in will go out towards people for that day.
And an appreciation for the largest donor, for the person who donates the most money to get Dano to a Jet game. Dano is writing a how-to book just for them, one copy, on how to build the perfect smoking contraption with bamboo. So Dano's going to provide that. So you can go find a bamboo forest, get a piece of bamboo, and make yourself the best smoking bowl you've ever seen in your life. All with this handbook written by Dano. So if you want to win that prize, make sure you get that donation in.
And we will figure out some sort of raffle for everyone who does donate, and we'll raffle something off. Maybe if there's, here you go. How about that? Snowball coming in. Does he need a ride? Here you go. How about this? Anyone who donates, I'm spitballing here off the top of my head. This was not talked about beforehand. Everyone who donates would be eligible to win, if we have extra money after Dane, a game ticket. If not, Jeremy and I will use our resources. We'll get some sort of other prize, maybe some autograph memorabilia, something like that. I'll go to camp this summer with my son. We get autographs. I'll get something for you guys, and we'll raffle that off with people who've paid. Or if we have enough money, we can get you a game ticket. Your choice. So a little, what's the word? Motivation to donate. There is something that comes out of it. Just make sure you have your name in the contributions and you don't hide your name. That way I know who we can enter in that. But that's something we can do. What do you think about that? Is that a good idea? If there's extra money left over, we'll get you a ticket. Or if you don't want the ticket, we'll figure out some sort of memorabilia for you. But more info to come. First thing, let's just start getting the donations in. Let's help this guy out. This is going to be an electric season at the stadium, and it would be a lot of fun to have all of us there together. I'll be doing Proud New York Jet fan tailgate hangouts. So for those of you who travel or are coming from different places, you're more than welcome to come to my tailgate.
Did we start a GoFundMe? Is there a place to donate?
I put a GoFundMe in. If you scroll up a little bit, you can pin it. I don't think I can pin comments.
Let me see if I can.
You can. You have to go to your YouTube, and like how you would pin a poll or the link.
What if I star it? That doesn't do it? No.
No, you got to do it in YouTube, so people on YouTube have it.
Okay.
But thank you guys. So I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys are the people.
I'm working on it right now. We're gonna pin it. We're gonna pin it right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm working on it. Just bear with me. Bear with me. I like saying that. You might have to put it up again. I don't know. Hold on 1 second. Oh no, here it is. Pin message. All right, there we go. It's pinned. There's so many reasons to go to that GoFundMe and help Dano go to this game. Dude, he's a redhead, guys. Do you know how much shit he's had to put up with because he's a redhead?
Yeah.
How many times have you heard someone say, I'm going to beat you like a redheaded stepchild? Like, what the hell is that?
Just
what the hell is that?
Picture Dane being hit.
Wow, that's
every time someone says that statement, just picture him getting hit.
It's like every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. Every time somebody says, I'm going to hit you like a redheaded stepchild,
Dane gets
something out of nowhere, Dano gets hit.
That's it. Old lady in line at Walmart.
Yeah, she'll just smack him in his head online.
Guy next to him in a urinal in a restaurant, dips him in the back of the head. Do they even have restaurants in Western Sleep With Your Sister, Pennsylvania? I don't know.
I don't know. Johnny Jimenez is here. What's going on?
Woo-ha! Got you all in check.
Okay, so we talked about...
Hold on. Wait. Sometimes Pride and Chaos, we go a little too far with our jokes. And after seeing Infrared and how fucking massive this man is, we retract every comment we just made about redheads. We apologize for anyone that we offended. We definitely not want this large, massive, muscular man angry at us. We are sorry to all the redheads.
We love you. Gingers. We love you. That's why we're trying to get one of you to a game.
Yeah.
We mean no harm. We're trying to help.
And just to be clear, this whole joking about redhead thing, his idea. Well, you're Sacramento. This guy's 25 minutes away from me in Jersey City, man.
Okay.
He's like a reaper. He's humongous. I don't want him mad at me. There was one show, he just sat there with his sleeves up, showing his muscles the whole time. And I was like, I'm never going to make fun of him. So now I forgot.
But seriously, what was your reaction when the Jets took Isaiah Davis, the running back, after taking Braden Allen, 2 picks later?
I do this weird thing that not a lot of people do. I try not to overreact right away, good or bad, to picks, because...
You mean like lift up your shirt and belly bop somebody?
Well, that was a marketing ploy, obviously. For we were doing that no matter who the pick was. So we didn't do that because of the pick. We did that for us. So after reading about him, after watching the clips that you and Dom were able to get the interview with him, I was intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by him as a returner. I am intrigued by him as another power back. You can see they're putting their identity on this offense. They're going power. Corley, Mike Williams, Ruckert, Allen, Davis, even Brees. They are putting an identity on this offense. The new acquisitions on the offensive line, I think that they have a vision, and the vision is to beat the ever-loving shit out of the opponent. And I am all for that, because I want my defense doing that to their offense, and I want my offense delivering blows to the defense. Delivering blows is also something that Dane provides in Western Sleep With Your Sister, Pennsylvania.
Oh, God.
A $50 GoFundMe donation will get a blow delivered.
What's interesting is that if both these guys develop really well, and you have Breece Hall being a stud, and you have a power back, and then you have your backup guy who could come in a lot for Breece also, and in Braden Allen, you have the special room, a change of pace guy, in Izzy. Like, if it's just this powerhouse room of studs. What's really cool is 2 years, Aaron Rodgers, retires, and let's say your running back, your new quarterback is, not so great. Like, let's say this kid, Travis isn't all that. Or let's say he's okay, but he's no Aaron Rodgers, obviously. Well, if we sustain our defense year after year with Saleh as head coach, and we have a great defense every year, and we continue to build our offensive line with younger players that will eventually take over, because we are starting to fill those spots with young guys that could be around. Suddenly, we might have that kind of team. Like, we might be a team that just pounds the ball, grinds, great defense, moves the ball a lot on the ground, mobile quarterback, makes plays when he has to. Suddenly we can adjust and switch to being that kind of team. Whereas right now with Aaron Rodgers, it's just a two-headed monster. It's like, what do you do to defend us? If Breece Hall is Breece Hall and our offensive line comes together the way we think it can, we're going to be a big problem for any defense we play. A very big problem, because we could be either or. A great team that can kill you on the ground with who I think might be a top 2 quarterback in the NFL, and also a team with an experienced veteran quarterback, future Hall of Famer, throwing to guys named Garrett Wilson and Michael Williams, and now you got this weapon in Curley. I think it could be very, 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 very dangerous for the defenses this year.
Multifaceted comes to mind. A team that can attack you, beat you, move the chains. In every fashion there is on football. Play action, rollouts, power football, outside, deep, short passes, tight ends, all of it. We're going to be a very difficult offense to contain, slow down, and stop.
Now, Hader Ali is here. Hader, I was so disappointed. I thought we were going to get to meet you at draft night, but you weren't there. So that was. I was all night. I'm like, "Where's Hader? Is he coming? Is he coming?" Interesting.
Well, he was there. He said hello to me.
Get out of here! Shut up.
I met him.
No, you didn't.
Why would I make that up?
How come you didn't say hello to me, Hader?
I don't know. Probably because you say his name the wrong fucking way.
Oh, is it Hyder?
Yep.
Hyder, how come you didn't say hello to me? What the hell?
Yeah. He sat at our table.
No, he didn't.
He was at the head of the table on the other side, not closer to Matt and Ryan. He was to the left. He was at the head of our table.
That was Hyder?
He walked up to you and tried to introduce, but you ran off to help Matt at one point. I figured you guys had talked already.
Well, if he was sitting there the whole time, we did hang out and talk. I just didn't know that I had met him, and I was hanging out with my friend. Now I found out. Are you lying?
I don't know how you didn't get his name.
What the hell? Interesting. What does it say?
I'll read it. I got you. Stop showing the boobs. Come back up. Come back up. Interesting. He keeps hearing and seeing analysts and talking heads saying that Corley is a smaller Debo. For context, Debo 6 foot, 216 pounds, 17 reps on the bench. Corley is 5'11", 215, 27 reps on the bench. I just think that Debo looks different. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen the Western Kentucky highlights, and he doesn't look that big to me. But then you see Debo, and he looks bigger. I don't know. It's like one of those, maybe the way the weight is distributed throughout his body. Like maybe Corley's got thicker thighs and lower body, and he doesn't look as big up top. I think he'll be fine. I think you're going to see him playing around 222 this year, and we are going to know that this man is a wrecking ball.
I think it's just the style of play and what they could bring. Like, you got a guy who could definitely mix it up in the backfield. He could come around the back in motion, take a snap directly, take a handoff, pitch, you could pitch the ball to him. You obviously screen passes, but then he has route running ability. Right now, it's not, people are saying, oh, he can't run routes. It's not true. He could run routes. The reality is he just doesn't have the full route tree. He doesn't run deep routes or the deeper intermediate routes. He runs the short routes, and he is a decent route runner when he's doing that. He can he can cut across the field, break out, and do an out. Like, he could do all those things, and he's shown it. And nobody's complaining about that or showing film that he's not a good route runner. What they're saying is he doesn't run routes deep. He pretty much is within the 15-yard zone. He's pretty within 15 yards of the line of scrimmage, and he gets his yardage after the catch. That's what they're saying. So does he have some development? Yes. If you want him to go, 20 yards downfield, 25 yards downfield and posts and things like that, he's going to have to learn that and do that, and be coached to that. But he's plug and play inside 15 yards. There's nothing wrong with the way he moves, and runs those routes.
I agree. And he's a guy that you want to get the ball in his hands and see what he can do and see what he can create. We're playing in an era of football where they've pussified it so much that secondary players are afraid to hit. And it's a bonus to have players like Corley, like an Allen on your offense, mm-hmm. who can go through guys who maybe have been fined and are hesitant to deliver a big hit. So stack your offense and take advantage of the rules. And right now the rules are the defense has a difficult time hitting and stopping people because the structure of the game.
Yeah.
Billy, I got fucked again, man. I saw you asking. No, I got fucked. Bad. Western Pennsylvania, I was the sister bad.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
So
people don't know for finding that out. That sucks. I forgot about that people don't know.
Yeah, long story short, I get out there the first morning. They ask who's been in a CDL school before. I raise my hand. I say I was last month. I get a call 20 minutes later from my recruiter telling me that they're dismissing me because I lied on my application and my resume. I go, how? And they said, you never put down you were in a school as previous employment. I go, well, I was never on their payroll. I was never paid. Why would I falsify my resume and saying I was employed by somebody I wasn't? They were adamant. They didn't agree. I talked to multiple people, and they said it's the recruit office's call, and it's out of our hands, and I'm home. So I'm happy. I'm going to be putting a lot of efforts into the channel. I got some township work I'm doing with a lot of sporting events for the town. So it is what it is for now. There's good things on the horizon. I'm not going to get myself down about it. And fuck the world. I'm going to take over eventually. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be this path.
Hey, in your world, can we just like anytime a bunch of 22-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds put fucking things over their head and start blocking entryways of college campuses and buildings and stopping other kids from being able to go to their classes and saying America sucks? What can we do to them in your world?
In my world?
What can we be allowed to do to people who do that?
Oh, man. Oh, we're on your channel, so I can say whatever I want and not care.
Can we chop their heads off?
I have no. Then they'll never know how much they're hated. They got to live to see all the misery that they're creating. I'll say this. I am very proud of people who are, especially at Chapel Hill, North Carolina, students who went out. The chancellor carried a new American flag out and raised the American flag because people took that down on the campus and hugged the Palestinian flag. And some frat boys went out there and protected the flag from other people trying to take it down. So I don't like the state of the world. I don't like the state of our country right now. I don't like the state of colleges. I think that we knew that there would be some sort of uprising in an election year. And it looks like they're building it right now. So I pray and hope everyone is safe. If your kids are at school, I pray to God that they're okay. And I pray that good overcomes evil in every aspect of life.
Yeah.
Because evil cannot be allowed to win, because evil brings on more evil. And some people will not be allowed or able to stop it once that starts rolling downhill. They'll be afraid. So let's pray for everybody. Pray for goodness in the world. That's it.
Yeah. I can't talk as eloquently and nice about it as you. Like I'm ready to just.
That's why I took the question. I took the question to. I know where you're gonna go.
I'm like at machine gun time. You know what I mean? So tearing down our flags, putting up the flags of terrorists.
Yeah, on American soil and being okay with it.
What a failure of that generation. What a failure of that generation's parents. Like, wow. But anyway, Bobby keeps asking when they're going to get to come on the show.
We normally don't do call-ins on this channel. We usually don't do it during Wednesdays, but if we got a lot to talk about, and we haven't even gotten into Jets yet.
Okay. It's up to you. I just wanted people's reactions to the draft. That's all. But
God damn it. Come on, man. He wasn't there.
You are an idiot because you would have had me. I was so upset. I was like, you're telling me that he was
had him.
I just ignored him.
I had him, dude. I had him. You couldn't let that go to the next show that we were on.
Now you got Bobby being sorry. Don't be sorry because Nick is a grumpy grouch who doesn't want to give you time to talk.
But we normally don't do it. Sometimes you got to stay tuned. Sometimes we do open it up if our topics die down, but we don't plan on it on this show.
We typically don't. That's true, and we do have a lot to talk about. I'm just wondering where we're actually.
If we're gonna bring Bobby on, can we play the clip from Bobby yesterday?
I don't have those clips. You asked me to do these things.
I texted to you.
Oh, there's a clip from
what do
Bobby.
You want? I'll send it to your Twitter right now, and then you can share.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the Twitter doesn't come up on my computer, so.
You don't have Twitter on your computer?
Oh, maybe I do. But more importantly, more importantly than that, okay, we've got to talk about this draft. I know, the problem is that everybody already said everything there is to be said. Some people are happy. Some people are not happy. Some people that think Malachi Corley's not going to be a good player. Some think he is going to be a good player. Some people are mad that we took a tackle. Some people are inventing that he can't run block, even though that's not true. It just means that he's known for his pass blocking. It doesn't mean he can't run block. It means that's not his forte. That's not his bigger strength. And it is something that he's going to want to develop and get better at. But people are acting like he can't run block. I mean, people are so black and white. They're so extreme.
Who's saying that?
There are people saying it. Well, he can't run block. I'm like, what are you talking about? He can't. He's not. Okay. He's maybe top 3 in the country pass blocking, pass protector. And maybe he's like in the middle of the pack run blocking. Or, you know what I mean? Like, and okay. But the thing is he got a lot better in 2023 than he was in 2022. And people are forgetting that. He showed great improvement, which means we have every reason to believe with NFL coaching, he's going to get better and better at pass blocking. And that's the bottom line, because Chaos said so. Snowball's insulting me again. He's not really insulting me. He's telling me what I need to do. Well, maybe you need to take me to All-American Burger again and not tell me to get one little skimpy, tiny double cheeseburger and warn me that they're tiny and that I should have gotten 2.
Well, you couldn't go back up to the counter and get another one?
A line, man. It's a line. This is no joke. This is like a famous place. It's an institution. You can't get back online. I mean, you can, but I mean, then you have to get back online.
I figured that would be worth it for you.
Nah,
you got to do what I do. You got to do what I do. You got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to talk to people. Where you go up to the first person in line and say, "Hey, listen, I just dropped my burger on the ground. Can I give you money here? You buy a burger and get yourself a milkshake with it too. Throw them $10. Get yourself the burger. You don't have to wait in line. Learn how to avoid people." Oh, this is a sentence I never thought I'd say. You couldn't finish the damn Knish, he said.
Well,
I spelled Knish wrong. Who puts an A in Knish? Who puts an A in Knish?
The reason he said Knish. I could have finished the Knish. The reason I didn't was because it was a giant lump of fried. And I had to go to the draft party. I wasn't going to be on a toilet, in a safe toilet in my friend's house in the basement for a long time. So I wasn't going to eat any more of that fried Knish because I didn't want to end up, in some public bathroom.
Sean?
The idiots I am.
Sean, what was the intro? What was the intro, Sean? I'm going to try to find it right now. But was it on the morning show or the afternoon show?
Let me show you how we play videos on my channel. 1 second.
Well, wait, don't play that yet, because if we open it up later, we'll play that as part of him coming on.
Okay.
Sean? Sean, answer me, Sean. Was it part of... It was a part... I sent that to Jake today, that's why. He got a kick out of it. Was it on the morning show or the afternoon, Mr. McAteer?
Bobby.
All right, 23 hours on. Let's see if I can find this.
Hey, Bobby.
Sean, after he had Samini on?
I'm here. He's answering. He's saying, I am here.
Oh, God bless Bobby, because he's a Giant fan.
love
and
him.
he does watch all of our content, man. I love that
him.
about him.
I love him. Just want to give him a hug. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm waiting for you to talk. I'm looking for some.
Okay, so here's a pick that we don't talk enough about. We talked about the running backs. We talked about the backup quarterback. We talked about Olu Fashanu. We took a guy from the Toronto Argonauts. I think it's the first guy ever to be drafted out of the CFL because he's or only the second guy eligible because he didn't go to college. And he actually, it's weird because he didn't have. Here's the surprising thing. It's not like he's this story of he somehow got pulled away from going to college and he was supposed to go to Division I and play for LSU and it didn't happen. He was going to go to he was recruited and was going to go to a Division II school. So he wasn't the kind of guy you thought was going to end up in the NFL. Anyway, Division II school. His father passes away. Unfortunately, the kid has to not go. He has to take care of the family or deal and process with that. Suddenly, it feels like his career's over. He gets back into football and gets onto, I think he plays in some night leagues, and somehow he gets into the CFL. And he gets signed by them, makes a team, and wins Rookie of the Year. And when you watch his tape, I don't see him, just from the available footage I was able to find, I don't see him in coverage a lot. It's more of a zone. I don't see him man-to-man actually in coverage, but I see him making a lot of plays, like turnovers. Like he plays center field. And I'm thinking maybe they want to turn him into a safety.
I did, Sean. I saw it.
What do you think? What do you think their interest in this guy Stiggers is?
I think that I trust this organization, coaching staff, to go find players in the secondary more than anything else. And if they labeled this guy as a guy that they like, they see something, and I'm going to let them coach him, and I'm going to let them develop him. And I am going to sit back and enjoy the kid's journey, and I am going to root like he's a family member for him to make the team and succeed. I think that this guy is going to be amazing.
Amazing.
I think that he can bring the chaos. I think that he is. I smell asshole. Chaos is asshole.
You're patient. Making that happen is great.
I am very, very excited to see the path that this kid takes. Like, all kidding aside, I am very excited to watch what he is and what he will be, and enjoy that journey for him. They drafted him, and they said we think we want him in the building because he refuses to fail.
So we're going to see if he makes the practice squad. I mean, the team, or ends up on the practice squad. It's hard to. I mean, look, every team watched him play. He went to a workout day, like the combines. It's hard. He might not survive the practice squad. Other teams may have had him on the list to draft him at some point. Yeah. I mean, later in the draft. So we don't know.
If you believe in him, if you're big on him and you believe in him, you get him on the roster. You find a way. If you got to let somebody go a year early because you think this guy can develop into be better than what you have currently, Eccles is in the last year of the deal. Maybe you find someone to take Eccles. If you believe in this kid that much and you think he can be CB4 safety corner hybrid, you find a way to get him on the roster if you really believe you found something.
Yeah. They just want to see how good could this kid be.
Yeah. I think the blue collar fan base of the New York Jets are going to get infatuated with this player. They're going to love the work ethic. They're going to love the story. They're going to love the journey, and they're going to love reading about him. And I think it's one of the really cool, fun storylines to pay attention to throughout OTAs, training camp, etc. And let's see what the kid can do. Tony Oden is a great teacher.
Yeah.
Tony Oden had Craig James looking like an all-pro last year against Philly on a couple days' notice. I like Tony. I love Tony Oden as a coach. I love Ulbrich, not as much as you, but love Ulbrich with teaching and allowing these players to play in a scheme. So the kid's going to have every opportunity to succeed, and I hope he makes the most of it. I really honestly do.
Yeah, what's kind of nuts and nutty about the whole thing is just that it was such a deep draft in defensive backs. And there was so many, and we waited and took a guy out of the CFL. It's just kind of interesting. But I do trust them. They know a lot more than me about what they're doing, and they've seen a lot more of him. I mean, anybody who's acting like they know this guy, the only thing I found on him was like some highlight videos, that show some interceptions. Like, it's very hard to find any real, it's hard.
They don't have television up in Canada, so it's tough. Like, you have to go to the game. They don't have TV up there.
Yeah,
Boomtown can confirm.
This is not where I could run and search my all 22 library and see if I can find that player or that team. There's nothing except some highlight reels that are 3 minutes long. So
that's longer than most things that Dane's ever taken part of.
So, question: if these DBs continue to develop, would you trade DJ Reed at the deadline and use the money to extend MC? I don't think so. I think that although I know we can't keep everybody, this is a win now year, and I don't think anybody's going to develop fast enough that we're going to want to lose Reed in a win now year.
We're not selling assets at the trade deadline. We're accumulating them. That's why we got that extra 3 from the Lions. We are going to be buyers. We are going to be all in. If, God forbid, there's some sort of injury, you have that extra third now to go get somebody on a rental. I don't think they extend Reed. I don't. I think you can find somebody to play the outside and roll the safety that way more easily than you can find the nickel and the guy who can track over the middle as well as Carter does.
Mr. Irrelevant comes from a school that is so superior to Florida State in every way, academically superior to Florida State, talent-wise, better development, better people, better characters, better part of the country, like so much better than Florida State that I could see him replacing Converse on the roster. I could.
Why are you the way that you are? God, I can't stand you.
I played it for you, Ricky. He's an in-person troll. Well, that's not true. You can always open up money. You can restructure. Even though I don't want to, guys get cut who don't make the roster. Rosters aren't. You can make moves to open up some money.
At the trade deadline, what that usually means is it's somebody on the last leg of a rookie contract. So you're talking about a team that has a player that they're probably not going to re-sign because of money reasons. That's a good player. And we're saying, hey, we're going to give you this 3rd round pick in the upcoming draft in 25, and you let us finish this guy's contract out. So I don't think it's trading for a guy that's on a $20 million a year contract where we have to pay the last $8-9 million. I think it's more like, think of an example for our team, like if we were the seller, a guy that's in one of the last year of his contract, like an AVT, if we sucked and we knew we weren't re-signing AVT, just as an example. That's not true, but I'm just saying as an example, think of that kind of situation. Think of a situation where we're not going to re-sign Hassan Reddick and we suck. So hey, this team's willing to give us a 3rd round pick for a guy we're not going to re-sign in a season where we're out of the playoffs anyway. Let's take the 3rd round pick to help us in our rebuild. That's the thing we're talking about. There might be some team out there that has a guy that's not on an expensive contract, the 5th year of a contract, whatever it is, that was paid up front already. So there's not a lot of money left on his contract. There are plenty of guys out there that you can get that might not cost that much money, and the other team's willing to get rid of them because they're not going to retain that player, and they'd rather have the third round pick. So I think that's the way to think about it. And it happens all the time. Happens all the time.
I agree. I agree. Oh, I love you too, Hyder.
He's the best.
The dynamic duo. Well, only one of us said hello to you, so we're not that dynamic.
Yeah. He wasn't
Go ahead.
there.
I talked about this last night, so most of the guys saw my take.
Look, I loved it. It was more evidence that JD is well prepared. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like, it's a lot of people say big deal. How could he not be well prepared? Have you watched this team for the last 30 years, 40 years? There have been drafts where we're not prepared. like we've had GMs that are awful. That
12
clearly
picks, zero preparation.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So it's nice to have a GM that's very organized, very calm, doesn't get emotional, sticks to what they wrote down. We have scenario A, scenario B, and he just looks at his card based on who's being picked, and his eyes are rolling in the scenario. And when we got down to us, he said, okay, and you saw him do it. We would normally take Fashanu right now based on what was on the board, but he looked at everybody and said, well, Minnesota's just going to let us go down one spot and take a quarterback. So, of course, we're going to do it. And then let's stick to the plan the way it was without trading back, take Fashanu. And that's when you saw Saleh get up and go free money. And it was hysterical because that told you they were about to take Fashanu at 10 anyway. And it was just free money. He said free money, free pick. So it worked out very nicely. It worked out very nicely. We were given a gift. We used that gift, obviously to trade up and make sure we got our guy and got Malachi. It was great because we were going to give up a lot more to move up to 45, 46 if we were able to. And I'm glad we weren't able to because we would have taken the same guy and it would have cost us a lot more. So that's the second year in the row that's happened, or the second time in 2 years that's happened. We've gotten that lucky because it was the same thing with JJ. We were going to give up a lot more to trade up to 16, 17. And then we got lucky because we got him at 26 and it didn't cost us as much. So we got really lucky. We were very fortunate. And that's that. So I love that it showed all that. I love the behind the scenes look. I love when they show the calls to the players. I think it's really cool. I think it's a great thing. I don't know if other fans get to see that from their team. And I think it's absolutely fantastic that we get to peek in at that. I also feel very validated about us, Nick, about all the other Jets content providers, because they were having the same exact conversations and saying the same exact thing that we were. Their scenarios were exactly our scenarios. They were talking about the Raiders. They were talking about the Colts trading back. They were talking about trying to trade up to get one of the top 3 receivers. Everything we had talked about, they were talking about.
Every team that we projected was actually what the Jets were discussing. So,
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting, right?
So yeah, I feel like we know it. Well, it validates the stuff we're talking about. It means that for the past 3 months, we haven't been talking gibberish and completely.
It's not just bullshit, right?
It's not just bullshit.
It's cool to see that the Jets had the same conversations that many of us have had.
Yeah, we not just you and me, but the guys in the chat, all of us as a community, we were having the right conversations. We really were.
No, fuck them. It's just me and you. Boomtown saying that this is easily a top 40 Jets content show on YouTube. And that is awesome because he messaged me yesterday saying, I only watch 39 Jets content shows. So this is quite breaking news coming out of Canada. He finally found a 40th show, and it's us. So thank you.
So honored to be if there's nothing else, and you have to have something on in the background while you're just on your phone playing Wordle, we fit the bill.
Doesn't it take like a minute to play Wordle? Isn't there one puzzle a day?
It depends. There are times I do it in a few minutes and 3 or 4 guesses. There are times where it takes me a half an hour. So just depends. Right beneath the 12-year-old. What the hell? That was the wrong thing to read out.
Wrong.
That was the wrong thing for me to read out right now.
No, he's talking about Jet's Flight Talk, Connor, the 12-year-old.
Oh.
In terms of listing the shows.
Right. Why are people?
So-
Why did people get mad at Connor? I was on his show. The kid was a nice kid. I don't understand.
I
Did
don't
he
know.
do something?
People
Don't like success. Oh, he's a young kid that's ambitious, that's doing well. Let's tear him apart. It's like, what's wrong with people?
I don't. I try to build people up.
I just don't understand. Like, it's like he's a
I wish
kid.
everyone success.
You can't attack a kid. He's a kid, even if he makes mistakes. He's a kid. You know?
I wish him well. He's nice. He was on our show. Very knowledgeable.
Jeremy's definitely not taller in person. I absolutely never said I was.
Yeah.
But
who's Green Beans Burner? Who was?
Oh,
who
now he
was
said
he?
Jeremy's definitely. What?
Was he at the event last week?
I have no idea.
He says you're a lot taller in person. Wouldn't that mean that he met you?
Well, Green Bean said that. Maybe he's trying to convince us he really is Green Bean and his burner, because Green Bean said that the second he met me. The first time I ever met Green Bean in person, the first thing he said was, "You're fucking tall, man."
Me too. I was
You were
surprised.
so tall. I thought you were like Danny DeVito.
Same shit I said to you, word for word. Like when I picked you up at the airport, I was like, I didn't fucking expect you to be this tall.
Mm.
I thought you were like 5'7", and he. All right, he was there. Did you say hello to me? He might not even know who I was. It's like the first time I'm seeing him.
Oh, I didn't. I don't think he did anything specifically. That's what I'm asking, though. I just heard. It just seems like people are always putting him down. Like the one thing he used to do was wrong was during the football games, during the Jet games last year, Connor would come onto the channel, Green Bean's channel. He'd come into our chat and he'd say, "I'm doing the show live also. Come check it out." So we didn't know how old he was. So we didn't know how old he was. So we kind of said, "Hey, dude, you can't do that." Then we found out it was a kid, and then we still told him he can't do that, but we were nicer about it. We were like, "Hey, you really can't do that. You can't."
I mean, I think that if people are watching you and Green Bean on a Sunday, they know it's been a multiple year thing. I don't think that anyone can go into the chat and say, "Hey, come watch my show instead," and they're going to go. Like, I think that there's enough respect for the stream and what you two do for game day. I get the premise of it, but
right. No, I don't think Green Bean was worried about it. I think though it was important for him to tell him that, though, because what if he would have went into, what if you and Dana were doing the game, and he would have came in and started doing that, and it wasn't Green Bean who has 400 people, and has been doing it for years. Like, what if it was Adam? What if it was Y2K9? And he had, and he went in there and was trying to take his people. Like it's just etiquette. It's just teaching him the etiquette.
There's do's and don'ts of this,
right? It's not about we were afraid we were going to lose viewers.
Well, Green Beans Burner, you said I just forgot to introduce myself as Green Beans Burner. Did you come up to me?
Were you the guy that was next to Hennessy? The guy I almost beat up? I was going to beat up Hennessy, mess him up. I was going to grab Hennessy's beard and kind of smack his face a few times and say, "Listen to me, little guy." I don't know. I don't know who Green Beans Burner is. He certainly didn't say he was Green Beans Burner, unless it really is Green Beans Burner. Unless it really is.
All right.
The late I didn't know Boone played. Wow.
Well, fine, Green Beans Burner. I didn't want to meet you anyway. So, take that.
I forgot that Snowball was a teacher. I was like, when he told me that, I was like, hey, you could have worked for me.
Who does he teach? Who does he teach? The poor souls that he teaches. That
No,
explains what's
he's
wrong with the
he's
world.
a good teacher. He's a regular family guy in Long
How do you
Island.
know?
His house is a very, very fine house with
How do you know how good of a
two,
teacher he is? You're
with a
just
kids and a dog. His life used to be so hard. I got to go. I got to go to Snowball's house. I got to meet his wife. I got to see his dog. The dog is so freaking cute, dude. Like you have no idea how cute the dog is. The dog is like out of control cute.
for Green Beans Burner and anyone else who may not have seen it yet. Jeremy, for months, if not a year, has been saying to me, I wish Gator knew who we were. I wish Gator would spoof me. Right, Jared? You said this for a while. You're like, my goal is to have.
He had spoofed. That was before the first time because he spoofed me with the Coach Brick. So it was before that happened. It was before the Senior Bowl. It was before the Senior Bowl.
So here we go. He got a hold of it. And Jeremy and I are on the bottom right.
The whole building falls down.
Well done. Very well done.
The whole building falls down.
The sounds, everything.
Oh my god.
So well.
I love that Ricky's a big Florida State fan. It's just so funny to me. Like he's down there, living down there, and now we know it, so we can mess with him anytime we want and say shit.
I'm not messing with him. That's you. I don't know. I'm a Georgia fan. Alabama and Florida State can't hold our jocks, so I'm good either way.
I'm no fan of Alabama. I ain't no fan of Alabama. Disgusting. I ain't no fan of them.
Disgusting. Even people in Western Sleep With Your Sister, Pennsylvania, where Dane is from, looks at Alabama and says, all right, that's a little bit too much with sibling love.
I'm trying to, I root for Oregon to win and at least make it to one of the playoffs because they feel kind of local to California. No, I like them because I know somebody. One of my friends here in Sacramento or acquaintances was played tight end for them. He was a Duck. He was in the Rose Bowl and has his ring from like 1994. And so he has a bar. His wife owns a bar, 10-minute walk from my house, and he gets this whole crew, and they're all wearing the Duck stuff, and it's like okay, I guess I could get behind that and hope and root for them. Hope they do well. I mean, the local schools I got here are Sac State, who, by the way, we signed an undrafted free agent from Sac State. So if he was to make the team or if he gets up, that's kind of cool. He played literally 10 minutes away from where I am right now, 2 miles down the road. And I don't have good teams to root for here that are really, really local. I mean, San Jose State, Sac State, UC Davis. I mean, those are the closest schools to me that you can consider local, Yeah.
Good call. Some guy.
I'm not a fan of Hillbilly High. Okay? Just talking trash to you. That doesn't make me a fan. Alabama. Why would I like Alabama? Nick Saban. He's friends with Bill Belichick. The two of them are little scoundrels.
You're right. Nick who?
Saban.
Perfect. Nope,
you
got it.
Saban.
Nope.
Saban. Saban. I'm making him French. I am Nick Saban. So you have the same name as him. I knew you were an Alabama fan. Go Sun Devils. I went 4 years to state at Temple at Tempe. Oh, that's kind of cool. I have a friend who's a very big Arizona fan for basketball. Huge fan, huge fan. You know, Reggie Jackson went to ASU, and he played for a great coach named Frank Kush. I don't know if Nick ever heard of Frank Kush.
No, I know you've smoked a lot of Kush.
It's I don't think they call it Kush. I don't think that means anything.
That's a strand. Even I know that.
Cushes? Oh,
Kush.
Kush. Oh yeah. I guess it is. Even I know
Some
that.
guy had a question.
Some guy. Hey, some guy. What's up?
Good. The schedule is going to come out either next week or the week after.
And we do have the NFC West, right? We play
Yeah,
San Francisco.
We go to San Francisco and Arizona, and Seattle and the Rams both come here.
Dude, you know, I told you that 50 times already. You're going to try to see if we can get suite passes, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll help fly you out here, man. I'll put you up. I'll drive you to the stadium, whatever it takes. If you can get us in a suite, we'll make
Just
it
got to
happen.
know the schedule. I hope it's either the first weekend or it's later in the year. If it's later in the year, Nikki can come with me when his football's over. But, you know, they got Friday night lights and shit. So I hope it's on a weekend that he doesn't have a game.
What if people come after us for being Jet fans? Like in the crowd? What if, like, on the way out, people try to get us?
We're not going to be in the crowd.
But after the game, if we're walking in the parking lot, what if some dude comes over and says, I'm going to beat you up because you're wearing a Jet jersey? What if he goes after Nikki? Oh, okay. That's right. You'll kill him. I get to say Big Nick smash. Big Nick smash.
I am blessed with a very specific skill set that not many people have, where I can defuse a situation and make fun of people to their face that make them laugh or feel scared, and nothing happens. It's a unique talent. So I'm not stressing it.
Okay.
We'll be fine wherever we go.
Hey, Alon, I don't know who's saying that, like who said that to you, because unless there was extraordinary circumstances beyond anything I can imagine, because even if Rodgers got hurt again at this point, I don't know anybody that's saying that. I think that if we don't make the playoffs this year, they're all gone. Like I don't think that's likely to happen. I'm not only confident we're making the playoffs. I believe we can win the Super Bowl. I believe we're as talented as any team in the NFL right now. I know some things have to go right. We have to stay healthy. Rodgers has to be okay. I understand that. So I'm not saying we're going to win the Super Bowl, but if things fall the right way for us, if Aaron Rodgers is anything like Aaron Rodgers at all, just an average Aaron Rodgers with a healthy offensive line, and if the main guys like Garrett and Breece Hall and Sauce and everyone stay healthy, if we have the benefit and the blessing of health, I don't see how we're not going to make the playoffs. I mean, this is as good a team on paper as I've ever seen the Jets ever put on the football field. And I mean that. It's an incredible football team. And I honestly believe we're competing for a Super Bowl this year. But if something goes wrong and they're not able to do it, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we're going to clean house. There was a little bit less excitement from Woody. Like when we looked at Woody, it was a little different than last year. He had a little bit more of a, I'm happy, you're doing a good job, but more businesslike. Like in other words, I think it was very clear to me. I didn't say that when we were talking about it before, but he can't. Salah looks like a different guy. He looks like an empty a shell of himself. He honestly does. He looks like a shell of himself, like a guy who knows if I don't win, I'm dead. They're gone. So I don't know who's telling you they wouldn't be gone. If something goes wrong, whatever goes wrong, whether it's fair or not, whether people who believe in it or don't believe in it, the reality is they're gone. Woody Johnson is going to clean house if we don't make the playoffs. That's my opinion. I feel very strongly he's going to do that. What's going on, Nick? What do you think?
Why would you fire anybody after you win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be a lot more positive than Alana is obviously, and I think you are too. Like, I'm not thinking that.
I'm not entertaining it. I'm not putting negative out to the universe. This team has the most talent we've ever seen of any Jet team. I don't give a fuck.
You even got the guy with 1 million kids. He has babies all around him, thinking with a dirty mind.
Oh, he had those kids. Look at the size of those kids and the age. He's had a dirty mind long before me. I'm not going to put negativity out about this team. I'm going to be positive. And when you look at this roster, I always say this, let's play a fun game. Go look at the best 5 guys on the 2020 roster, and then go look at the best 20 guys on this roster. And numbers 15 through 20 are better than 1 through 5 when Joe Douglas got this team. That's a fact. So, obviously, health is an issue. Health is the most important part of this. Well, Green Bean, it's better than him putting his fucking face up there. Have you seen what this fucking thing looks like?
Allow me to explain myself. So Nick calls me up, or I don't even remember if it was a call or a text. I woke up, and I thought the show started at 8, 5 o'clock our time. So I woke up at 4:46? There's 14 minutes to spare. I wake up, and Nick is like, can you create the thumbnail or create the stream? So I run onto my computer, and I go into Canva, and the only thing I see staring right back at me is Pride and Chaos show, right? And I wanted something quick. And there were 4 pictures. Take your pick of which guy we should draft. Who do you want to draft? And there were 3 players and Green Bean. So the 3 players we didn't draft or anything. So I deleted the other 3, and I took the Green Bean picture, and I made it big, and then I saved it and hurried up and put it in StreamYard so I can rush and get it set up. So that's why I ended up with Green Bean on our thumbnail, because he was the only one of the 4 pictures that made the most sense, because we didn't draft any of the other players.
Just like to say, I've never heard Green Bean make sense, so I don't know how you're spewing that lie all over the airwaves tonight.
Well,
Thanks for watching. But yeah, I'm not gonna partake in debates about what are we gonna do if this team fails. Why are we gonna waste energy with that? Why are we waste conversation with that? Why the fuck would that be a topic that I want to talk about? I have no interest in that. And people do, that's fine. You fill your time how you want. I'm not gonna do that.
So you're really stuck on this. The Jets aren't going to make the playoffs take, huh?
Me?
No, I'm saying it's really bothering you that Alon's bringing it up as a possibility. Saying if we don't make the playoffs.
I just don't want to talk about what ifs that are negative. It just doesn't do anyone any good.
It doesn't.
Positive energy out there. Let's talk about good things. Let's try to manifest good shit. That's how I am in life. So I'm trying to be in life.
Well, the reality is this. Bad has happened to us. Year after year, something goes wrong. Bad keeps happening, right? So even if it's true that something bad's going to happen, why on May 1st do we have to live that? Why do we have to feel it? Why do we have to talk about it? Why do we have to know from it? Everyone says, oh, you get all excited in the offseason. You get all excited in the offseason. Well, why the hell not? Why wouldn't we be excited now? This is the time. Right now, we're healthy. We have a full squad. We've built depth. We're looking really good right now. We're looking really, really good. If we can't enjoy it now, and then something happens, that means we got no enjoyment in 2024. But if we enjoy this now, and it doesn't work out, at least we had some enjoyment. Look, I don't regret being happy and excited last year in the spring. I don't regret it. I had COVID. I was depressed. I was having a miserable time in my life. And the thing that saved me and really kept me going were 2 things: helping the friendship I was developing with Nick, and the Aaron Rodgers shit.
I said no negativity.
But those were the 2 things. I wouldn't change that. When we got Aaron Rodgers, it was like the best thing that happened to me the first 6 months of last year. So, like, when something good is happening, enjoy it. There's no point in living in the future of, if it doesn't work, why can't we just be happy? Good things have happened to our team in the last 3 months. Why can't we enjoy that? And if it goes, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what's going to happen.
I'm with you.
So, yeah, I'm going to be happy, and no one's going to take that away from me. I'm excited.
And let's remind everybody what team we root for. The offseason is where we get to enjoy this team because when the games start, life sucks. Do we forget this? We're supposed to enjoy April. We're supposed to enjoy May. We're supposed to do the worm on our kitchen floors in March when we sign Tyron Smith. It sucks when the games get here.
Does Snowball notice everything? It's like, yes, I have a fan on. My God. It's like...
Oh yeah, you're either that or you have a nipple clamp that's buzzing and going crazy on your left side.
And you know what? And I know why Alana's like that. I get it. Because it goes with the culture. It's just that's our culture, right? The other shoe is always going to drop. But that doesn't mean
I disagree with this.
What?
I disagree with this completely. I disagree with this. Other organizations would have canned this GM already.
I don't know how.
Go look at the talent. You can't blame the GM when 12, 13 offensive linemen get injured. You can't blame the GM when the quarterback's fucking Achilles snaps off 4 plays in. There's sometimes logic has to be applied instead of just looking at a record. Go look at the team that he inherited. Go look at the salary cap that he had to tear down and release and not have a rosterable NFL team because they didn't have the ability to build that. There is cause and effect. It's not just look at the numbers. Someone said it before in the chat. If Joe Douglas were to get fired, he would be the hottest GM out there, and he would be taking every goddamn offer across the league, and he would be the belle of the ball. Don't worry about the record in 2020, 2021. Look what this team can be. I know it's hard for Jets fans to get their heads out of the fucking gutter sometimes, but look ahead. Look what a healthy roster can do. We have the best quarterback room we've ever fucking had. We have the best individual talent at running back since Curtis Martin. We have the best wide receiver duo since Marshall and Decker. We have the best possible individual talent we've ever had at wide receiver. We have the best tackle combination we've ever had. The second Tyron Smith takes a snap at left tackle, he's the best fucking left tackle to ever play for this franchise. We have an elite right guard in Elijah Vera Tucker. We have an elite special teams between Zuerlein and Morstead. We have the best cornerback and the best trio of cornerbacks in the entire NFL. We have 2 linebackers that next to San Francisco are the only 2 linebackers in the league to both make All-Pro the last couple seasons with Quincy and CJ. We have Hassan Reddick, a dog and a closer at one defensive end.
Top 5 edge.
We have an up-and-comer in season 3 in Jermaine Johnson. We have Quinnen Williams, one of the best defensive tackles. What the fuck are we talking about negative, bad shit? Let's fire fucking people for. What the fuck is that? It's May 1st. It's gonna be May. I had to do that one time today. I'm sorry. I had to do it once. Forgive me, people.
So look,
Wait, hold on. Hashtag closet Justin Timberlake fan.
Look, if Rodgers doesn't go down last year, we make the playoffs last year. That's year 3. I hate when people say it's JD's 5th year. He's been here 5 years.
The first 2 years, we're ripping it apart.
I know. It's the dumbest thing. He came here. He wasn't the GM. He wasn't in charge. He had to share duties with freaking Gase. JD's tenure started, in my mind, and I will argue it till forever, the day he traded Jamal Adams. That was the beginning of the era of
That was
JD.
the build. That was when the roller coaster drop was over and the build started going.
That was rock bottom. Okay? And 3 years after that, the third year after that, we were primed to go to the playoffs, and we would have. Now, did we have the depth? No, we didn't. We lost the quarterback, we lost some offensive linemen, and we fell apart. We didn't make the playoffs. But here we are in year 4, after stripping down our roster, after having no one. We were a fucking expansion team. 4 years later, we have the best roster. I will say it. This is the best roster on paper that we have ever had. Arguably, I'm going to say since 1969, when we won the Super Bowl, because I'm not going to disrespect the old timers. I'm going to say 1982 to not disrespect my 12-year-old self. And I'm going to say 1998. You could argue 2010. Okay, so if you're going to argue those 4 years are close to this roster or better or equal to this roster, that's still top 5. That means in 4 years he took nothing and gave us a top 5 roster that we've had in our history. I've been watching this team for over 40 years, and it's a top 5 roster that we've ever had in our history, and you want to fire him.
Oh, sorry.
I just can't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I'll add this. Wrong verb. Thank you for the super chat. Second consecutive offseason, I feel like the Jets have a shot at winning the Super Bowl. To me, that means the GM has done the job. We're in the discussion. This team healthy could very well be holding the trophy at the end of the season. How many times do we get to go into a season and say that? Did Zach Wilson suck? Yes. Did using 13 and 14 offensive linemen the last 2 seasons suck? Yes. I'll say this again. I've said it to many, and I will repeat it right now. It's a fucking miracle that this team was able to win 7 games the last 2 seasons with the worst quarterback play and the most offensive linemen used in the entire goddamn league. Averaging 15.8 points a game. If we averaged 20 points last year, we're an 11-12 win team. You don't think Rodgers makes us 5 points better? Stop. Zach Wilson was never supposed to play again. He was supposed to sit behind Rodgers and maybe bring something together after Rodgers left. He may not have been here. He sat for 4 goddamn plays. We all know about last year. Let's look forward. Let's look at the roster for what it is. Look at the talent that we have. You don't think that we're talented? You don't think that we have a chance to hoist a trophy? What are you doing rooting for this team? We're in the discussion. We're in the discussion. We are built to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Not many teams in the AFC are. We are. We competed with them 23-20 with Zach Wilson at quarterback. C.J. Uzomah drops a fucking touchdown in that game in his goddamn chest. We're built to beat the best. I just hope to God we see it, because I'm keeping receipts. When Joe Douglas signs an extension, I will do the worm.
I want him to be our GM for the next 20 years.
I don't want to lose him either.
I don't want to ever lose him. I mean, I've lived through GMs that are so bad. We've had such bad GMs. We finally have a GM who I think, by the way, I said top 5. In my opinion, it's the best ever, and we're going to prove it. When we win the Super Bowl, then I'll be saying that was the best roster we ever put on the field.
Why am I getting angry on May 1st? Like, what are we doing?
I mean, this is like, when you look at the GMs we've had, we finally have a professional. We finally have a real GM. And it's like, and people could criticize. I hate people. Oh, he missed on quarterback. He missed on this. So has every single GM that's ever existed in the NFL. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
can you do a poll?
Can we do a study on every other GM? I mean, I'm sick of hearing of where he missed. Yes, every GM misses on picks. Every GM, even GMs have bad years in the draft where they miss on guys. The Steelers 2 years ago took a center in like the 2nd round, 3rd round. They thought it was going to be their center of the future. Now they had to take a center again. because they don't have a center. I mean, like I don't want to give little examples. Do I have to study other teams and give the examples of all the misses? Let's pick a football team, go through their last 20 years of drafting, and see how they did. It's just like it's ridiculous.
This team is going to be so fun to watch. I said it last week. Could this be the first team in NFL history to double their point total from one season to the next? Could we go from 15 to 30?
I think that this could honestly be one of the biggest. Well, think about it. Think about our defense. Our defense went from 32 to 5.
Our offense might make a similar jump.
Right.
They really might.
And the funny thing is we don't even have to. We don't have to go to 5. We could. We don't even have to. If this offense went to 14 or 13 with this defense, done.
Can I propose?
If it's a top 10 offense, then we're favorites to win the Super Bowl by a mile. Top 10 offense, top 2 defense. What's not to be a favorite?
Let me ask, Alan, this. Would you be happy, indifferent, or pissed off if we fired Joe Douglas and he went and took over the Buffalo Bills as general manager? How would you feel about Joe Douglas being a general manager for a team in our division?
Oh, my God, I hate that. He's naming the mistakes that Joe Douglas made. That's right.
You can do that for every GM in the league. Nobody bats 1,000. Like, right. What are we doing? That's being negative just to be negative. I'm done.
Check this out. Alon. Oh no! Check this out, Alon. He missed on. He picked the wrong tackle, even though you weren't saying he was the wrong tackle in the middle of his rookie season. You weren't, and if you were, you're an idiot because he was the best. He was like a future Pro Bowler, right? Until somebody rolled on his leg the next season. All right, but that's beside the point. Okay, he took the wrong tackle. He missed on quarterback. You're right. Oh, he signed a really bad free agent. You're right. Okay, how about this? In spite of all of that, we have the best roster. Or one of the best rosters we've ever had in 50 years. In spite of that, that's how amazing of a GM he is. He's such an amazing GM that even though he missed on quarterback, even though he missed at tackle, even though it's the best roster we've ever put on the field in 50 years, arguably, guaranteed it's top 5. Nobody can deny that. So you want to fire him because he made mistakes when he's put on a top 5 roster that we've ever had because you enjoyed being a 2-14 team that had Adam Gase on it, or Joe Walton, or Rich Kotite. That's what you want back. That's what you want back. That's who you want to be. Were you a Jet fan in 1989, in 1990, in 91, 92, 93? Did you suffer during those years like I did? Do you even know what it's like to be a Jet fan long term? Do you know how many years we suffered? And now we have a GM that gives us a Super Bowl caliber team and you want to fire him? I don't care about the mistakes he made. Look at the product. Look at 2020 and 4 years later. Look at the product he has given us. How do you want to fire him? How do you make logic out of that? That is not critical thinking. It doesn't matter what mistakes he made along the way. Every pick was generated by him. The Jamal Adams trade, that is what got us Garrett Wilson. That is what got us AVT. He made that happen. So just enough. You're going to forget how he traded up and got Breece Hall. Should the Buffalo GM be fired? Should the Buffalo GM be fired? We got to fire him, right? Because he didn't take Breece Hall. Buffalo Bills could have had Breece Hall. They didn't take him. So fire him. Where do you think these GMs come from? Just fire them when they make a mistake. And then who are you going to have GM? You, Alon? You're going to be the GM? I mean, get real. Open your eyes. You don't see the team that we have right now? How are you against the GM that built this team? How can you be? Obviously, you never really were a fan. Maybe you've been a fan of the team for 3 or 4 years. I don't believe you could have been a fan for the last 30 years and be saying that JD's not a good GM. Because that's the only explanation for this kind of ignorance. It's enough already. Jesus.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
That's how we do it here.
And for those that didn't see it last night,
Farmingdale, Long Island.
Are you still alive?
Yeah, I got a lot of people in here.
What's
Got up
going
till
on? This guy's still alive? I wouldn't have done that.
for those who didn't see it last night, Bobby's O-face.
Oh, and the reason we haven't made the playoffs yet is because we haven't had a quarterback. Schmuck. It's because they have
You know why
freaking.
teams like the Baltimore?
They have Josh Allen. We don't have a quarterback, you idiots. Jesus.
Do you know why? No name calling. But do you know why teams like the Baltimore Ravens, the Seattle Seahawks, the Green Bay Packers, the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Patriots for 20-something years, do you know why they constantly are in contention year in and year out? It's because they don't overreact. They don't listen to idiotic fans calling for everyone to be fired, and they stay the course, and they don't change their systems over every 2-3 years. If they kept listening to our retarded fan base and changing over every 2-3 years, we would be buried in failure. Oh, guess what? We've done that. We finally have a GM who comes from the school of Ozzie Newsome and Harry Roseman and knows how to build a winner. We have the best roster we've ever had. Let's focus on the positive and look ahead. I don't give a shit what a team with Zach Wilson at quarterback did. I don't give a shit what a team with Tim Boyle starting at quarterback did. I don't give a fuck about Trevor Siemian's win-loss record, Mike White's awful 2-6 record as a starter. I don't give a fuck about attributing that to the general manager who built this team. Why? Because you don't build the team with the thought of Mike White, Tim Boyle, Trevor Siemian, Joe Flacco playing. You don't build last year's roster with the concept of Zach Wilson playing 4 plays in. You don't build a roster thinking you have to plan for 12 or 13 offensive linemen. There's been bad luck on top of bad injuries. This team is built to be one of the best in football. And if they're healthy, they fucking will be. Now, that's the end of this. No more fucking negativity. It's May goddamn 1st. We're arguing like we just lost fucking Rodgers again.
Do you know what's amazing about Garrett Wilson, dude? That guy.
His smile. His smile. I like his smile.
I love his smile. 3 times I thought Garrett Wilson was injured. And 3 times that motherfucker got up and shook that shit off.
One was the Houston game. One was New England at the end of the year. What was the third?
I'm sorry?
What was the third? One was Houston. One was New England in the last game of the season, right? In the snow?
Yeah, there was one time where I thought his ankle was bad. And then he just kept.
I know. I can't recall the game. That's why.
There was one time where he got the wind knocked out of him. Like where
he hopped off real fast on one leg, and we were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Then there was a time where it was like like we thought maybe he broke his rib or something, and he came back into the game. And I don't know. It could have been 2, but I think it was 3. I think there was another time. But I'm just saying, he's a freaking warrior. Like he gets banged up and he keeps coming in. Like he's more than just the talent. You know, like he's a fucking man. You know what I mean?
He's a man's man, baby.
He's a man. I mean, like, but he is, man. He's fucking he's tough. He's not a pussy. He's really freaking tough. He gets banged up and he keeps playing. He doesn't stop. He's like they have to drag him off the field, dude. It's like I love that about him. You know what I mean? It's like I fucking love that. And now we got freaking Tippmann's a fucking mauler. This guy Simpson, you've watched his tape? He's fucking nasty. We got a nasty offensive line. We got guys that are nasty. They're going to finish people and leave people on their backs. I love that stuff, man. And Sauce Gardner, he didn't just pick a great cornerback. Sauce Gardner might go down as the greatest cornerback to ever play in the NFL if this continues. And Joe Douglas picked him.
Yeah.
What a great pick that was. What a great pick. And then getting Garrett Wilson and Joe Douglas and JJ and Breece Hall, those four in the same draft, all four of those guys could possibly end up in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame, 4 guys, 4 picks in a row.
I will say this. I'm done paying attention to that topic. I'm done.
I'm talking about positive stuff. I want to be positive. I'm talking about positive.
I'm making a statement. I know it's your channel, but it's our show. That the fact that I got to get a message from somebody who enjoys watching our show and our content week in and week out says to me I had to leave because I just can't stand that discussion and that type of talk. It's not fun to see the show get railroaded when we're laughing and having a good time. So we're going to change the topic. I have something I would like to share that I think would make everyone smile and everyone happy. Do you mind if I do it? And I think we could start to have some fun here.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Last night, I decided to hop on and do a surprise show because I watched Take Flight, and I was ecstatic. I was pumped up. I was fucking like yeah, I love watching Joe Douglas behind the scenes. And I opened up to callers to call in. And none other, the first one to come in was Bobby. And Bobby was on with me for about 25, 30 minutes. And it got to a point where he talked about his barber. He had to go get his hair cut, and he loves this woman, Desiree. And he's into Desiree and got a little excited about Desiree. And I showed Bobby my O face, and we were trying to get Bobby to show his O face. And this happened. And I think it was absolutely hysterical. And kudos to Bobby for playing along with my stupidity.
Hi, baby. Come here. Where are you? Come here.
Or salon.
Don't cry.
How's that?
The air conditioner's on. She's feeling nipply. She asks you, Bobby, what do you want me to do to you today? And you wait, hold on, Bobby. This is my time. You just close your eyes and envision this. And Desiree goes, oh, hey, Bobby, I haven't seen you in like 3 months. How's it going? And you go, oh, it's going well. I'm a super celebrity on the internet, on YouTube, and I just got to get a haircut. So I look fantastic for all the YouTubers who watch me. And then she says, okay. And she leans in, and her hard nipple brushes across your shoulder.
How's that? Good?
Perfect. That was perfect. That was Dane, clip it.
Yeah, I got
this. You're at the You know what?
That's hysterical.
Can we bring people in?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Positive people only.
Positive only.
That's right. I'm going to be a baby about it. I want positive
We're
people.
doing the new day, the power of positivity. We got 15 minutes left in the show. 12
it's
now.
It's a new day.
Yes, it is. Great. Now I want fucking cereal. Booty-O's. Boomtown.
The greatest.
Wrong verb. So if you were there for it, go to my channel. Not that I don't want to break any rules.
The greatest.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Fan of the greatest.
The Mr. O-Face himself.
Hey guys, how you doing, Chaos and Nick?
Bobby!
Do you see what Gator did for me on Jake's channel?
I saw the video. Yes,
I got my own introduction, Chaos. I sing along. Gotta see it with Jake's show.
I sent Jake the video that I just played today.
And what did he say about it?
He got a kick out of it. He said, you're the best.
He
said, Bobby's the best.
I like to come on you guys' show. You guys are awesome.
Thank
With
you.
the Giants fans, they don't let you on. You have to type. I hate
Yeah,
type.
that's
I
all right.
like to talk.
It's all right. You're a
See,
talker.
people
You're a
who-
communicator. We get that.
Yes, I love people. It shows you. I want to come to a Jet game with my brother and see all of you guys.
All right, we'll do it. We'll get you down here. Where are you at?
I'm in Smelly, Vermont.
Smelly, Vermont.
It smells.
Yeah,
in there?
Did
Vermont.
you
Brattleboro,
call?
Vermont.
Did
Oh.
you call Desiree yet? Did you book an appointment?
Oh, I got a call tomorrow. I forgot all about this.
All right.
I'll call tomorrow.
Do they have?
I'll probably get my hair cut on Friday.
Oh.
Usually on Fridays I get it.
Do you ever
Nice.
get maple syrup from like a real place in Vermont, like that makes? The
Oh
maple-
my God, you gotta be kidding me. Talk about Vermont syrup, you know? You ever hear Craig Carden on WFAN?
Yeah.
He used to always ask, Bobby, do you ever pour maple syrup all over your naked body? And yeah, I know. Oh God. I said, what? Oh no, you could wear a bathing suit if you want.
Hold on. What's
What?
the answer?
No, I never did that.
Okay. All right. Well,
He
I don't
wanted
know.
me to-
I don't know. I
he-
thought that was like a regular school
No,
time
he-
thing up in Vermont.
He wanted me to come to New York into the studio to do it. In WFA's studio.
All right.
I'm not going to do that.
All right. All right. Well, we got a couple other people waiting.
Yeah,
wanted
no,
to
I
get you
know.
on.
You only got to stay on for 12 moments.
Yeah, Jeremy and his wife have dinner at a certain time, so we're
Oh,
at a hard
that's
stop
nice.
at 11 on the
Jer-
East Coast.
Jeremy, that's nice. Tell hello to Mrs. Chaos for me.
I will do. Thank you.
Bobby
Awesome.
says hi.
Bobby says
Bye,
And I-
Nick.
I will tell her.
bye. I can't tell anyone that you said hi.
Well, tell your son I said bye.
Okay. I will.
Bye. Yeah.
He's a good
Later,
boy.
Bobby. Have a good night, pal.
Yeah, you too.
Good night, Bobby. Uh-oh. We have. the
We're not
second
doing
person-
it. I'm telling you before we commit, we're not doing the conversation. We're not doing nothing negative. If you want to be positive, I'll bring you in right now. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. No, don't do it. Don't make me not bring you in. Be
No, it's
positive.
they're
We're
going to
not
be
gonna do
mad.
that
People don't want to
discussion. We
hear it.
gave enough time to it in the chat. Give me a thumbs up. All right, there we go.
Uh-oh.
We're not doing it. We did enough banter. Let's talk about our hatred of the Knicks, the fans, whatever. We're going to agree on something.
I like the beanie.
Oh God.
Iowa.
I appreciate. Yeah, my favorite punter got picked in the 4th round this year. God bless him.
Where'd he go?
He went to the Bears.
Oh, that's right. And then Caleb say something about we're not going to punt.
Yes, he said
Yeah.
we're not going to need you this year.
Well,
Torrey
he's
Taylor.
not going to punt because he's going to throw so many goddamn interceptions.
That is true.
All right, let's shit talk other teams. Let's avoid the Jet topic tonight. Let's do that. Let's shit talk other teams.
We are a top 10 roster. I agree with that. Okay. This is going to be really interesting. We're a top 10 roster. Just want to make the playoffs. I'm not going to get into the 13. I'm not even going to get into the 13, 14. Just get me 11-6, 4-2, make the playoffs. That's
Absolutely.
what I'm asking for. 11-6, 4-2 in the division, make the playoffs.
Agreed.
That's the minimum to me for this
Okay.
year.
I like that. That's
I'm
not the max. That's the minimum. That's a
That's the
good
minimum.
minimum. That's a good floor.
That is the minimum. That doesn't happen. They both go.
I like this you. I like
I
this
want-
you.
I
I
want
knew
you
that
to-
was difficult. I saw beads of
was hard.
sweat
It
coming
was
out. That's what she said.
I want you to know the.
My
I want
wife
you to know. I want you to know the moment we make the playoffs. Like when that happens, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna have Jocelyn drop a bucket of ice water on me. I'm gonna do the
That-
ice bucket thing.
Will you be in Sacramento then? You're in Sacramento,
Yeah,
right?
but it's gonna be but that'll be cold. It'll be November, December. It's not gonna be warm out.
I will
Bullshit.
be in Dallas, so I can't wait for that. So that'll be interesting.
Wait,
Yes.
Jeremy? Nonsense. Forget the ice water. And we did that. Everyone did the ice bucket challenge a few years ago for ALS.
ALS, yeah.
Now, since you just talked about it with Bobby, the maple syrup challenge.
bottle of maple syrup.
Bottle,
a
bucket,
bottle of
a
maple.
bath, a
Expensive.
bath.
Buckets like $300.
Like you get like a Jack Daniels tub that they,
Oh
that they,
my god, that sounds so good.
and you
Oh
you
my
take
God.
a bath in the maple syrup outside.
That sounds so good. Oh,
That sounds
that
so
would
good.
work for me. But I
Oh,
do
no.
agree with Nick on one thing: Sixers and 7. God bless him.
like
That would be awesome.
Nope.
Okay.
Here's why. This Nick team is unbeatable. There's no
Oh.
way they're going to lose another game. I got to
No.
use my powers for good. When I put my stamp of approval on something, it never works out.
I can't wait.
That's why I shouldn't have signed my marriage certificate. That didn't work.
45-10 tomorrow night for Embiid. That's going to be good. 45-10.
Who
Hopefully
do you
it's
want to
not.
play week 1 if you're making a schedule? How do you want to start the season?
Honestly, I like to start it a little difficult. I don't need the Patriots week 1. No. Get me the Texans at home week 1. I think that would be great. I'd rather play Stroud early. I'd like to see Salah decide if Diggs is going to play on one side, to have Gardner just completely shadow him the whole game.
Don't
Move him
forget,
around.
Reed does very well against Diggs too.
He does. I don't expect the kid who just got shot to play. I don't think he's ready to play yet. Who the other wide receiver?
Dell?
Yeah, I don't think, yeah.
Well, he
Um,
ruptured his ACL, right? At the end
Yes,
of
he
last
just
year.
got shot. Didn't he get shot the other day at
He
a
got
club?
grazed. He got
Oh, he did.
grazed. They said it was nothing serious. He got grazed and nothing that will affect him. It's not a
wanna
Plaxico situation.
I want to play a legit team with 2 legit pass rushers right off the bat, with Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter. I'd rather go get them right away. I don't want to wait. I mean, I think right now, I think they're the second best team in the AFC. I think we're up there, but based on their schedule and their division, I'd rather play them right away. I think they're a 12-5 team based on the division. So right now, I'd rather play them early than having to travel to San Francisco week 1.
I want San Francisco Sunday Night Football week 1.
Oof.
I want it week 1.
I don't know why you
I
want
want to be
I don't know
full
why you want
strength to show the league what we are right away. I'm
But we're
fine.
not
We're a
full
veteran
strength
team.
week 1.
Why
Give
not?
give our offensive line time to gel.
Oh, that would
Give Mike Williams time to make sure he's healthy.
How do you
I don't
get to
want
tell
San
me what I want?
No, I'm saying I don't want San Francisco week 1 because I don't think we start the season as good as we will be week 5. I think our guys need some time.
I do
Right.
not want San Francisco
All right.
early. No, I
right.
think that's the
That's good,
toughest game. That's the toughest game in our schedule.
Yeah.
I don't want them right away.
I don't
I'd
want to start
rather-
1-1.
I'd rather play a legit team in our building right off the bat Sunday night. Bring on the Texans, see how good they are, especially after we spanked them last year. I just want to see them full strength. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's the team I'd rather
Okay.
play right away.
Hey, we got to go. We got like 2 minutes
No
left
problem.
of the show, and we got another guest coming in.
Next time
will-
we got to fight
we'll
on your
talk
art.
soon.
I
Tomorrow
appreciate
night, hopefully my channel, 10 o'clock, Thursday Throwdown after Green Bean will be we have a Game 7 celebration. So I hope you're there to enjoy that with me.
Oh, God bless. Oh, that'd be
We'll
so
talk
good.
soon.
Later, man.
Next,
Is it a game 7? I thought it was 3-2 the series.
no, when the Sixers win tomorrow, it'll be Game 7 this weekend.
Oh,
Tomorrow's
okay.
Game 6. So if the Knicks win, it's over. When the Sixers win, Game 7.
Got it.
Positivity conditioning session. Ricky, what's up? You are swirling, and he's gone.
Try again, Ricky.
Try one
Get
more
out of
time.
that basement. He's in the basement, deep down in a dungeon there in Florida, buried under the ground. It's a little wet down here. Climate's changing.
All right, what are you, fucking Greta Thunberg? What the fuck was that?
Greta Thunberg.
I'm gonna
I think that was a funny impersonation.
give you
Like, holy shit, there's water dripping everywhere here.
the polar ice caps are milk. So my buddy had a story yesterday. He's a Packer fan, and he put up a post about the safety Bullard the Packers drafted. And I replied, You're going to love this Bulldog. However, with the NFL rules, he may get penalties occasionally. This pussy league will say he hits too hard, defensive receiver, or global warming, or whatever else they make up that week. Which reminds me, fuck Greta Thunberg.
Who the fuck is Greta? He doesn't even know who Greta is. Let's not talk about it. I don't want to talk about Greta Thunberg.
Nope. That'd be the least aggravating thing we've discussed in the last 2 hours, dude.
Where's Ricky? What happened? We had Ricky in the little studio box. He was
His
fun.
connection, sometimes shit, sometimes it's good. Sometimes maybe shit, sometimes maybe good.
You know what, Ricky? You got to get that thing working, man. You're a personality now in the Jets world on YouTube. And if you're going to be a personality, you got to have reliable internet like Bobby.
Twice.
You know what I mean? Bobby made sure he has good internet because he knows he's a personality. You
Some guy.
We got personalities.
My prediction is the Jets play 2 games in London. Nick Mangold is the UK ambassador for the NFL. Both the Vikings and the Jaguars have games overseas this year. We are playing both of them on the road. You send the Jets over to have 2 games overseas, back-to-back, one against Minnesota, one against Jacksonville. You use the Jets with Rodgers and all of these superstars that are blossoming.
Apparently nothing in the world that's good is on because the Boomtown 89ers are asking for 1 more hour. So there must be 39 channels of Jet content.
Yeah, look, he's converted now.
No one's playing a thing. He's all the way down to his number 40, begging us to stay on for another hour.
How quickly they come and want to take from the nipple. They
It's
trashed
like-
us earlier, but now they're like, please don't go, Daddy.
We're like that horrible movie you can't shut off. Like the movie sucks.
Okay, all right.
I've seen it 50 times.
All right.
Just can't shut it
Let's
off.
have that discussion. What's the bad movie that you will not change? What's your bad movie that you stay glued to the couch for?
Oh my God.
I mean, you stay glued to the couch for anything, but what's the movie that makes you?
The Replacements.
Best sports movie ever. It's not even a bad movie. It's the best football movie ever.
It's not even a bad movie.
It's not even a bad movie. The Replacements is my favorite fucking football movie of all time.
Who's that? Is that freaking? I know who that is. I'm looking at the little square to see who it is because I'm fucking blind and I see this and I know exactly who it is.
Your mom? I'll tell you mine, and then I'll bring him in.
Okay.
Knight's Tale.
Oh my God!
I will not
I've seen it 1,000
turn Knight's Tale off for the life of me.
and it's so bad. It's
Let's bring in Dane. Speaking of things that are bad, hello, Dane.
No, it's not his mom, but she's around here somewhere.
Whoa!
Dano.
Oh,
Right,
what's up?
Recently knighted after being put in a torturous guillotine.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love that movie, man.
Fucking love it.
Dude,
I
it's
love
good.
it. And there was a remember when people used to have cable and like
Mhm.
HBO would have their movie of the month? There was like a 6-month window where every time I put on HBO, that movie was on. And I love it. And I swear to God, Jeremy is the one who's the hype man and the introducer. And I am Heath Ledger. Unfortunately, he's dead. So I hope to God that I don't make that a reality.
It's like, wait, I haven't done my introduction yet.
Yes. That's how I feel sometimes. Like when he just starts the show and the video ends and we're both added to the stream, I'm like looking down at my phone and he's like, oh, I'm in the show. He didn't introduce me.
Yeah. And then when I announce you,
Did Ricky make it back?
Dana whispers in your ear, your son heard that. Nicky Jr. heard that.
Hey,
Hey,
Dane,
you know what?
now that you're
Yeah.
going to be on late night and you're going to be doing content, just remember, You can change your stars.
My stars?
It's a fucking quote from the movie, from the dad.
Oh,
Go change
it's
your
been a
stars.
while.
Change your stars.
Oh, give me Arizona. It's the same strategy that you want, Nick. Away game right off the bat, but I want an easy game. I mean, it would be nice. Don't get me wrong. That San
I
San
do not want to be a
Francisco-
part of Michael Harrison Jr.'s, Marvin Harrison Jr.'s debut. I do not. I want to see how they use him before we play them. I'll be completely honest with
Fair,
you. I would
fair.
match him up with DJ Reed and just throw him the ball the entire time. What is that? That's somebody's feet.
Who is
Did
that?
not add that.
Oh my god, no way. Oh fuck. Lunatic.
What are we doing? Can you see that on the bottom, Dean?
Yeah,
No,
well,
I know.
he can't see it. He can't see
Dude, what are you doing there, pal?
it.
Is it Denmark?
That's not Denmark either. No.
No. it's- What are we doing there, pal? In the back. What are you up to?
What do we got there backstage? What are you doing? That's gonna be bad news. Don't do that. Can I join? Saad Kun? I don't know.
I'm good.
I don't know. We don't know you. I know he's showing the foot. No, I can't. I can't even look, man. I'm trying to block. I'm sorry, dude. We don't do feet here. We don't do
Wrong
feet.
channel.
Wrong channel for that, dude. We don't do that
Yeah,
stuff.
I can't. He's
Go to
naked.
Green Bean Jet Fan.
There's
Green
somebody
There's a
on the
flight-
bottom.
There's a
He's
flight
naked.
talk channel.
Dude, stop. Stop. Goodbye. No, you're not coming on.
You could
Go
go on
show your-
Green Bean Jets fan, dude.
He's in the bathtub showing feet. I think. Stop. Go away. Banned from studio.
No, really.
How do
go
these
to-
people? How do these people find your stream? Like, I still don't understand that.
I don't know. Green Bean Jets fan, dude. Come on, man. Go to his channel. He loves that stuff.
Dude,
The guy loves
the guy was naked in a tub and showing his feet. It wasn't Kuka or Yeti talking trash to me.
Knobcraft, wasn't it?
It was not Knobcraft. No way.
No.
Dude, I'm starting to wonder though if your channel's like written on a bathroom in an airport, because now you've gotten
No,
Denmark Andy.
You can search YouTube for
Didn't know
live
that.
shows with
Yeah.
like StreamYard as like a live link, and you can just filter who's live and who
I don't
has a call in, and people can just click that.
see, and well, I don't know if you can search by StreamYard, but I know that if you pin it, the rapid fire, they just funnel through them and look for a pinned message.
Yeah.
But hey, sometimes it's a hit. Sometimes it's a hit.
Sometimes you get Denmark Gandhi and you get legendary moment. Other times you get a naked dude rubbing his chest and showing you his feet. I just know that Denmark Andy was my channel and Foot Fetish Guy was Jeremy's channel.
I get foot fetish guy.
Dude, he was bare chested, rubbing his chest and showing his feet. It was horrible.
Was it maple syrup?
They
Sean,
found me,
this was
Sean.
Jeremy's channel, not
My
mine.
channel. They found me. They found me. That's who they found.
That was
Maybe
disturbing.
Ricky. I don't
We
know.
should have ended at 11. We should have ended at 11.
Real quick, because I know there's we're winding down, but is there anything that you think could happen mid-season that you would grade JD for, or like,
What do
you know what I mean? Like for me, I usually judge JD on like talent acquisition and stuff like that, but there becomes a certain point in the calendar where like, okay, his year's done. I mean, once the trade deadline happens, the rest is all Sala. So like, I think a lot of fans judge GMs based on how our December goes and where we fall in the rankings, and I don't think that's fair, because like he's out of it once the deadline passes. So what would the date be on the NFL calendar where you think his fate is sealed?
The Super Bowl.
Really? So you would judge him on if we have a top 5 roster and they just don't get it done, do you strike that against him?
I'm not being a dick, but I said that with Alan. I'm not going to get into that future like negative projections. Like, just fucking win, just win. Like, give us 1 year with this team healthy to show what they can do. And I'm not taking like the cop out. I just don't want to. I think
Just
this
depends.
team is talented enough to win the Super Bowl, and I think anything short of that is going to be disappointing. I just hope it's not massively disappointing.
Oh, shit, guys, I gotta
Well,
go.
see-
I was
I'll end it. I'll end it. Go ahead. I'll end it.
For me, I mean, like I said, it's even before that. I don't judge him on what happens after the trade deadline passes. So like that's on the coaching staff. So I don't think that there's anything he can do between now and Halloween where I'm not in the boat of extending him. So it's not going to matter because there's no way this team doesn't win at least 10 games. So you're right. It's all wasted energy. It does not make a difference. We can suffer injuries now, knock on wood, and still be fine. Like we're so deep, but
That's what she
I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about in May and June, but we are gonna have to like brainstorm other ideas, maybe get out the wheel or something and shit. But
Well,
today,
I'm heading over now to Wicker Media. He sent me a link,
nice. All right,
so
man.
I'm
Hey,
gonna get up. I'm gonna use the bathroom, then I'm gonna join him. Dane, I put your link in the chat, gentlemen.
thank
If you haven't already, please subscribe there. And if you're looking for more content, I will be on with. Stop it. That's stop. I will
gotta
be on
suck.
with Adam in a few minutes, and please subscribe to Dane's channel. And thank you for supporting Jeremy, even though he sucks the way he does. And have a
See
good
you
night,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you
And
for the GoFundMe too.
yeah,
Appreciate you, man.
we'll keep pushing that out. I put a little donation in myself today. Johnny did as well. So we're getting up there.
Thank you.
We will see you momentarily. Go over to Wicker Media. Tell him Nick sent you. Just start a "We Want Nick" chant till I get there. Talk to you guys in a minute.